Good times, good times.
Did a good time for all.
Yeah. Alright, just make sure we get the old thangaroo. We've also learned that Rudy is a pedophobe. So that's something.
That sounds bad.
That really does sound bad.
What? What's wrong with being a pedophobe? It just.
I think we may have to explain that to people.
No, I don't think so. As long as they're not airport security, you're set.
Oh God.
Oh man. Anyway, so we'll start with the fun part. We'll just run down the list of people. So does everyone have the same order that I do in Roll20, which is myself, Borrowed, Origami, Selfish? Is that how it looks for you guys, or no?
Rudy,
Yeah, I'm the
Herbie,
last
Brandon.
one.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, because I don't know why that is, it could be color based actually. Thinking about it, don't know. But because of that, we're just going to go down the list that way, and everyone's going to sort of explain their character, because we're going to do a little bit of handshake and stuff like that. But the deeper like part of our character is like, you know, our fears and our sort of what we do and stuff like that. We might not initially explain to the party in character, so it's just good that we all like are on the same page as to our characters' goals, motivations, etc. So, starting with Borrowed, go ahead and tell me about Sarah.
I mean, should it just be like everything or just a generalization?
Just sort of like a general idea of your character.
All right. Well, the character I've decided to go with for this, whatever the hell you want to call it, game, shall we, would be Sarah O'Connor. Not Sarah Connor, not Terminator. The name actually has nothing to do with it.
You knew there were going to be jokes.
Yeah.
You knew. Amongst a bunch of sci-fi nerds like us, you had to have known. At least one of us would have gone dun 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 dun.
And
Yeah, I
see,
was
you
waiting
brought
for
that up, and
people.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I just went with O'Connor because Sarah's background is Irish. So
Yeah, O'Connor's a great name, yeah.
Yep. Sarah's occupation would be a sleuth.
Okay. No,
not
you
the
don't
strongest
have
of
to use like.
people.
Sorry, I'm just gonna interrupt you there, but you don't have to use like the actual like the classes
Yeah.
that I sort of like determined. You can just like, what is
But
Sarah?
I mean, like,
She works.
that's,
I
that's
know,
the,
yeah.
the basis of it, though.
Yeah, but like where she works and stuff is more interesting. But yeah, sorry about that. Continue.
So Sarah works for, well, both works for and against the Board of Prohibition, or the Bureau of Prohibition, whatever you want to call it. It changed names like 6 fucking times during the Prohibition. But she works for them as part of a mob dismantling thing. So the different mafias and different stuff like that. Well, you got Prohibition. What do? They have access to other countries and stuff. So alcohol. Well, if you're good with the mob, you can get in there and sweet talk your way into the place where, oh look, this is where they're keeping all of it. Now we have proof and we can bust them. It's not just a couple bottles of hooch. It's like a fucking warehouse.
Right on.
So, very good at talking their way into things. Not so good with the whole shooting guns.
Okay, Origami.
Alright, my character name is Lillian Archer. She's a criminal. Oh, goodbye.
What?
It's a criminal vanishes. A smooth criminal.
Smoke
It was
screen.
Herpy.
Oh, he
okay,
completely DC'd. He's gone.
His mom
Okay.
probably
Yeah,
beat
he
him.
left.
That's alright.
Wait,
He'll
while child
be.
abuse is in progress. System will
Yeah.
restart momentarily.
Herpy will be in and around. He's probably gonna move to his phone.
Yeah, he said over in RPG spam. He has to step out.
Yeah. But sorry.
Alright.
So Liliana.
Lillian.
Oh, Lillian. Sorry. Maybe I wrote
Lillian
that wrong.
Archer. And she is a criminal of her occupation. How she got there? Well, that's a long story. She was brought into the occult by her parents, and after a bad trip of hallucinogenics, she decides that was no longer a viable place to be in, and she's been on the run ever since.
Cool. Cool. Again, origami, it happens every night, and I'm really sorry, but you might need to speak a little louder. When
I
we
gotta
get
push
into
the mic up
We should
close to my
all
face.
chip in and get him like a super microphone headset combination for Christmas.
And then you don't
it's
hear my voice
like,
boom.
yeah, like that's good for me, but
Yeah, I have to put the mic close to my face. And
yeah.
people are
Just don't
sleeping.
eat the mic.
Perfect. Okay, because I heard you there, but I do realize we have a larger party tonight. We have 6 of us on voice. So you might get stepped on, and I apologize. Just yell up, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, I have people sleeping.
Nut up or shut up.
All right, so on the Zelphus here. Who are you?
My character's name is Eric Veris. He's a 30-year-old, well, sort of jack of all trades when it comes to archaeology, physical sciences, geology.
Yeah.
Sort of a loner, but
Carrion.
no.
Yes.
That would be amazing, but no.
A jack of all trades.
All right, now back to the story, though. We're not
Yes.
delving off on this one. Sort of a loner, more of a scholar as well. Preoccupied with consuming interest into what actually has occurred in the world, because with his scientific knowledge, he knows that what is happening shouldn't, in the realm of science, be happening, where the world is flooding in its current state. But again, all life in the world revolves around some sort of economy. So he's delved more into things like deep sea salvage, reclamation, scouting for mineral deposits, things that, while they do pay the bills, do also allow him to travel and explore and try and find out more about the right connections that would lead into finding more about the world around him.
Yeah, pretty cool. Rudy?
Don't really have a backstory yet, but
Okay.
name's Richard Long Johnson. Yeah, that's all I already got.
Okay. But you're,
Well,
you're a
like-
reclaimer. We know that.
Yeah, I am a
Class and other
reclaimer.
stuff.
Okay. So you like to, for a living, you go under. You do sort of the more manual version of what Zelphus does.
Yeah,
All right.
I guess basically I have really good heavy machinery, firearms, oceanograph. I have that.
Oceanography.
Thank you. I'm tired.
So, but what a cool thing is, we can look at your character and we can see, okay, so you have a really rough and tumble guy. You're pretty well built. You're scrappy, and you got really good firearm skill. Maybe you do some more of the questionable salvaging. Maybe you salvage things, maybe not directly for the government. You get a little bit of a higher price for it. Maybe.
Well, and maybe he doesn't exactly salvage stuff that was lost. Just, it's
Well-
near the coastline. That's mine.
You know what I mean? Something
I
that would.
kind of want to play with the idea of working for the mob, but Barrowed already kind of did that. But for
That's
the
okay.
government,
Well, you could work for one of the other mobs. There's many a mob
Yeah.
on the East Coast.
Yeah.
that is true.
Like we could say, you're working for one. Like there's, 5 different families in like the New York area itself. You know what I mean?
That is true.
So
But-
yeah, absolutely. If you were interested in being like someone who worked for one of the mobs, New York sort of an area or something like that. I mean, you can tell me where. It doesn't have to be New York. Just remember, Florida did have a large mob presence, but it's gone. So not Florida. But yeah, absolutely. Just let me know at some point. That's still pretty cool. We have Herpes character.
Herbie, you
What?
fucking printed it out and fucking handwrote it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because he's a derp.
He is a derp. Yeah. Herpes character is a ex special forces. He unfortunately he got discharged dishonorably for
Yeah,
disobeying.
they don't make pills for that kind of discharge.
Yeah, for disobeying the commander's orders. He was told to pull out, and there's another joke there, of an operation, but he went in anyway to save, his crewmates who were in a lot of trouble. So he's a good guy in that regard, but he couldn't find work in the military again, so he ended up being a stuntman. And then we have Mr. Link's character. What's your deal here?
So Michael Clawberg, he's an immigrant from Germany right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. But continue. Yeah.
Just kind of wanting to get out of the country he's in right now. Just a lot of mob activity going on, and so he went to school while he was in Germany. But then to just pay the bills, had to work in like heavy machinery and such in
Industry.
warehouses and industry. So he decided to try for America.
Cool. Unfortunately,
Sure
we
now.
have a large mob presence here as well. But it is interesting you chose German because our last session was a bunch of Germans.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah. We had a lot of fun there.
Fun.
Yeah.
For the fatherland.
All right. Well, we're gonna say the following here. All your characters know the great Zaranowski. He is a traveling magician, fairly famous. He's done a little bit of like stints into Europe. We'll just say that at some point he went to Germany and he made the acquaintance of what's the name of Mr. Link's character?
Michael.
Michael, sorry. He made the acquaintance of Michael, and then for the most part, though, he just tours America, and he ended up having a local TV sort of broadcast, which was pretty cool, and that was for like the southern states because that's where he's from. So he's sort of he's well known internationally for being a magician, but he's mostly just like a states guy. Like he's fairly popular here. And you all receive a letter from him, which was interesting enough for you all to come. Now we are in Louisiana, and if you look here at the map, I think we're all looking at the map of the town in Louisiana, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Got some docks and red
just-
warehouses and shit.
Right. Just for a little catch up, this is the year 1930. It's currently, it's going to be May the 14th now. And we are.
You killed Baton Rouge. God damn it.
Unfortunately, yeah. So the water
we're
levels
like-
have been rising for the last 20
So
years.
we're like up in Vicksburg, or
We're actually in Shreveport, what's left of it.
Ah.
Yeah. So the world has flooded about 60 meters, which has caused, a lot of Louisiana to be missing. Unfortunately, this is where the great Zaranowski comes from. This is his homeland. So, this is where he lives when he's not touring. And he actually stopped touring a few months ago. I'd probably say about 5-6 months ago, And so, unfortunately, I put Herpes' character out of a job. For the most part, he still traveled with the circus, but it didn't sell as well because the great Zaranowski was the guy. He was the reason why you bought the tickets. No one really cared about the clowns anyway.
he was the headliner.
That's right. So we are in Shreveport. It is a lot smaller than it used to be. Again, it's 1930, so things aren't as big as they once were. But it's sort of a heavily industrial city. So you can see those red buildings are sort of industry. And then the town is a little bit to the south of it. And because most of Louisiana is underwater, the easiest way to get here is by boat. So you're all actually, believe it or not, on the same boat, heading over to Shreveport. And you're on the last boat of the evening. It's about 4 p.m. currently. So you'll be arriving in Shreveport somewhere around, say, 7 p.m.
Heading up the old 49.
Right. So you're, I assume that's a highway, like Interstate 49 or something?
Yeah, it'd probably be a highway, not necessarily an interstate.
I don't actually know.
I don't
difference,
fucking live
sorry.
there.
I'm not. I don't know American.
Highways are usually 2 to 4 lanes, whereas interstates are usually like 4 to 6 lanes.
Oh, okay. So there is a difference. I think we just call them all
like
highways
volume of traffic.
here. Okay. Either way, so you're all on this boat. You're headed, and the curious letter that you received from the great Zaranowski himself is in a giant envelope. It's embossed. It's got a seal on it, and upon opening it, it's a formal invitation to you, his friend, or perhaps in the case of Origami's character, his relative, or Herpy, who's one of his employees, just people that he felt he connected with.
People that he values in some
Right.
way.
So it is an invitation to show up this evening so that you can stay the night and attend his funeral tomorrow.
Oh, so it's not a letter from him; it's a letter about him.
It's signed. The Great Zaranowski.
So please come attend my
Misspelled.
funeral.
My funeral.
Signed Zaranowski.
Exactly, tomorrow. And that's
My
why
fi-
you all of you were curious enough to show up.
Show up
Because-
for my final
Swear to
act.
fuck if this is another practical joke.
Well, he is a stage magician. So I'm going to give you two things. One, the party is going to just, I'm just going to throw the bone here, and everyone sees that. Oh, you also have this letter. Presumably, you knew Zaranowski. So you're all going to have a moment here to just sort of meet up and chat and discuss how you knew him or whatever. Sure, actually, let's do that first. I'll do the second thing after. So you guys are all in this boat. You're chilling. You're maybe having a smoke or what have you, and you're all noticing that each other have the same envelope. One of you dropped their keys.
Oh, that's actually scary.
Now that's immersion, folks.
Yeah, I felt like I was really in the room for it.
No, that was actually a knife blade. It damn near stabbed me in the foot.
Look at that. The spookiness has already begun.
Woo.
The great Zaranowski is always a troll,
Ooh.
even from beyond the grave.
Yeah.
And I fell from Borrow's coat.
We don't talk about that yet.
It was Zelphus in the library with the candlestick.
So perhaps we'll just do a quick start here. We'll go with two of our stronger players. And guys, I do want to say this is, it's a role-playing game. Things happen, and sometimes we all get a little bit nervous. I've done it. I'm a very socially awkward person. It happens. If I ever suggest a situation and you're like, I don't really feel too comfortable with this because I feel shy or I don't know what to say, just say that. It's okay. We can move past it. We can hand wave it, or we can have someone else start it. You know what I mean? Totally okay. And this is always a weird one, but it's sort of important to get the idea of in-character conversations. You know what I mean? Not every conversation has to be in character, but they do add a lot. So, for example, Borrowed is standing, maybe arranging his trench coat and trying to read this letter one more time. And Eric, I believe it was Eric Varus? Yes.
Varus.
Eric Varus sees this envelope and goes, "Oh, well, that's curious. I have one of those myself." And he heads over and says something.
So, do you know anything about this?
Other than that
really don't.
apparently he's dead, I haven't the slightest clue. I was in New York when I received this.
I was down at the docks commissioning another group for a salvage run, and this just came for me. But we don't sit out for another day or two, so seemed like a good thing to kind of check out. But it said here that there was some sort of, I don't know, some sort of gathering for this one, like a wake?
I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a wake or a memorial, or if it actually is for the burial itself. The letter's rather vague, just simply to attend. I'm rather at a loss.
And just who's this Baron Zamboni guy anyway?
You're supposed to know him. He's the bread and butter, damn it. He's the MacGuffin.
He is the plot hook.
How
So
is
we
that
all know
this
this
off the
guy,
DM
right?
in
Like,
two
we're
sentences?
very personal,
One does
right?
not simply Google the MacGuffin. You know it.
How to MacGuffin? Yes.
Either way, so you guys all, you're all in. It's a smaller boat. You're all going to overhear this conversation, and at some point, the whole party is going to get together and be discussing. One thing I will say, by the way, I'm the DM. I talk a lot. If you ever want
Kind
to
of
cut
the
me
point.
off,
You have to be here.
True, but
How old is he?
if you do want to cut me off, cut me off. And how old is he? Is a great question. He is 47.
Oh, Raffle, you also have like everybody's pictures turned on, so it's taking up like a third of your screen.
Oh, true. I don't know. How do I turn that off?
It's in the settings on the top right.
Enable avatars. That's for chat. Chat avatars. Small.
It's
I mean, I could do names only. Yeah, thanks. That works. Cool. Either yeah, the Great Zaranowski is 47. Now, one thing I will know is obviously it takes time to travel in the real world. sucks as it is, especially in 1930.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm going to say you all received this letter a week ago.
Mm.
Okay, so you had a week to like ponder on it and then head over here. The other thing is he has invited you to stay over at his mansion in the meantime, sort of spend the night, if you will. So lodgings are provided. You don't have to go flag down a hotel or anything like that.
Fine. Well, that's not underwater.
Right. And to anyone curious, sorry, I had to sneeze. There is a paper for today. You can read the Shreveport Inquirer. It's just sitting on the boat.
Famous MacGuffin found dead.
Curious indeed.
Magnus of the future.
I see what you did there.
Oh, did you?
Yes, the Magnus of the future.
Yeah.
England declines comment. Yeah, well, fuck those guys.
Yeah, both that.
All right.
All right, interesting.
So we're all going to be arriving right about Hearsay, which is the dock, heading into town. And, the captain of the boat is going to give you all directions. And there will be a cab waiting for you all. Should you choose to, cab over to the mansion.
Well, hopefully there'd be a few cabs. There's like 7 people.
It's a bus.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah, it's just
I'll do donkey.
It's a really crappy bus. There's like some ancient bus driver driving it.
So it's bumpy as hell.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Ancient bus driver. MacGuffin, is that you?
So this is the mansion right here. It's where you are all headed, and presumably, you guys have a little bit of luggage just to stay the night or whatever. Presumably, you guys are cool with just heading straight there. If there's something else you'd like, by all means, let me know. If there's any questions you have about Shreveport, again, let me know. You could ask the bus driver.
Is there a tool store in town?
Is there a store in town?
Tool store.
A tool store. We'll say
Hardware store, I guess I should say. That'd be more appropriate for the time.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's a general store. It's right here, the red building.
Is there a place to pick up just like a pouch of tobacco?
Yep, you'd also get that from the general store.
Can I I should say, is there like a reclaim somewhere in the warehouse? Like if you sent like a package to here?
Oh, like somewhere you could get packages sent? Yeah, you could have them.
A post office, essentially? Like,
basically,
because
like
UPS didn't exist.
Oh, that did.
No, no, because my person will possibly like not get away from the group, but like go off on her own to reclaim a package, basically.
Yeah, so I mean, like
So
a
you're looking for
PO
a
box, a
post
post office. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, the post office is actually, let's just say this building.
That one.
No, it's this one. It's one of the industrial buildings because it deals with mostly harbor. Not a lot of things are driven in.
I'll go there and reclaim some
Hey,
additional.
Texan, welcome back.
Oh, the office. I appreciate that, but like when I'm doing the
role-playing,
I never have the stream thing open just because I don't know. It takes away from immersion.
Immersion.
So I go to the warehouse and pick up some medication.
Okay, excellent. Are you just going to ask everyone on the bus to stop and wait for you to get out and do this, or are you going to
You're just going to hop off the bus?
Hop off the bus and then have to walk several miles in the town?
I would. Yeah, I'm gonna walk to town.
It should be more than like a mile.
Well, you got to go all the way around. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, like, judging by the size of those buildings, though, the building as compared to the road, that should only be like, I don't fucking know, like,
I'd
yeah,
say it's
about a
probably-
mile.
Yeah, maybe 2. But either
Yeah,
way,
I'll
I
probably-
mean, it wouldn't take you that long. It'd probably take you like
Yeah,
an hour.
it'd be like 15 minutes.
15
I
minutes to walk a mile, say a mile and a half.
Motherfucker, I
Speed
made it
walking.
to
Maybe if you were
the
running.
fucking local mall from here that's like over a mile away from my house. I made it there in 20 minutes.
How much is a mile? I don't know. Sorry, I don't really.
5,280 feet, 1.7 kilometers.
1.7 kilometers. Okay, fair enough then. Yeah, that's not too bad.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go by foot.
Thought it was 2.2, but that's pounds of kgs.
Welcome
I
to
asked where
America.
the-
Fuck you.
Yeah, true.
I asked where the bus driver gonna drop us, and I'm gonna rendezvous with you guys there.
Okay, so he's just going to drop everyone right about here, which is by the police station, which is the blue building. The pink building there is the church, and that's sort of like the
Oof.
general drop off. He says he's willing to, if you guys, flick him a buck or two, to just take you straight to the mansion. Doesn't bother
Mansion
him too much.
being the
Just
orange one.
down the street
This
from
one
the
here.
police station.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. And he refers to it not as the mansion, but he refers to it as the. Let me just double check my. No, the Nowakowski residence. Sorry.
Hmm.
Well, I'm not going that way
So-
anyway, so I'm happy getting off at the police station.
Okay,
Yeah, same here.
so he'll
Same.
drop everyone off at the police. Sorry, you were saying. What were you saying, Link?
Oh, I was just agreeing with Borrowed and.
Oh, you're saying same. My
yeah.
bad, dude. All right, so everyone except Origami has been dropped off there. Lillian is fending for herself at the post. And what are we doing now?
I would say continue on to the proper location. But
Well, I want to
is there
stop
anything
on-
around? I'd like to kind of do a spot hidden, just sort of a perception check,
Just in the middle of the street, or
just to see if there's anything out of the ordinary. I mean, my character has been living in and around ports and cities for most of his life. He kind of noticed something was out of place, or at least seemed to strike him as odd.
Okay. So again, we're gonna say it's about 7 p.m. right now. Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
All right, D100.
Yep.
And roll.
Okay.
Nailed it.
So you'll notice there's actually a lot less people around than you would expect. Granted, it's a smaller town, because again, the flooding sort of took away a lot of the buildings, so people were afraid. They left Louisiana and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
Population of what, like 100, 120?
yeah, I'd say probably like 150 or something.
Yeah.
But you don't like see anybody really walking the streets here, which isn't crazy. But
They're all dead.
Not yet.
That's right. Yeah,
You never know.
Not yet, guys.
Well, I mean, don't know about the rest of you, but I need to make a stop at the general store, so I'm
Well, I'm
heading
going
down the
there
road
with
here.
you, so.
Okay, so
So
you guys.
I'm gonna head down the road southways.
All right, head on over to the general store. The general store is a 2-story building. The second story has the windows boarded up. The first story looks welcoming, as any building should.
Okie dokie. Well, guess first thing first. Let's see if it's even open this late at night.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
You're greeted by sort of a gruff man with much too large and hairy arms. It's quite surprising. In fact, this guy looks like someone smashed his face in with a 2x4. Not really the guy you'd expect working a front counter. But he sort of stares at you, doesn't really recognize you, and says, "Where can I get you?"
I'm just perusing. Ready? Yep. Your stuff.
No, tobacco and stuff to roll it with.
Paper.
When you
Sad.
mention tobacco, he looks at you like sort of up and down. Says, "Looking for tobacco?"
Yes, sir.
And he goes over to a side part and he gets some powdered tobacco for you and some rolling papers and hands it your way. Packages it up.
Of course, I pay the man.
Naturally. He's watching Bard very carefully, as Bard presumably is wearing a large trench coat, correct?
Very large, oversized for my person's
Right,
frame.
so he's watching you quite carefully.
Well, Raffle, you have my list of crap. Is there anything on there that is in the store I don't have?
I'll give you one item that you want. If there's something you want, you can probably find it here.
One item to be decided upon later what it was, or one item to just pull out of my ass right now?
Well, you could... Well, I'll do it this way. You can find one item that you want if you come back to this place. If you can't think of something now.
Well, I mean, for the moment, I think I have everything I need. I'm just,
He's just
seeing
gonna
if
roll
there's...
in athletics and just run across
And
the entire town.
side note, Norman, don't roll like that.
No,
With Raffle,
it's
DM.
it's fine. It's just sometimes I
No.
hold you to
No,
it.
no. This is
Oh,
why.
I'm just-
No,
Sorry,
it's fine.
Still like working out how this whole little system works.
Oh,
But I'm just, future reference. Don't roll unless he asks you to. I will
no,
hold it to you.
it's okay if you do. It's just sometimes I'm like, oh, all right. Every once in a while. I'll be nice to you though. You're new.
I'm just giving you a heads up for next time.
For now, he says evilly.
So, should we just hand wave and say that everyone's going to head over to the Manor-esque and meet up? And
What's the orange?
Sure.
the Orange Building? Ah, cool. Well, you'd have to go down there to check unless are you asking the shopkeeper?
Well, I mean, if the orange building is the only one that's ever only really lit up along the rest of the road here, since we'd have to turn the corner to start heading to the general store.
All the other
if that's lit up
buildings-
way the fuck down there, then
All the other buildings just seem to be residential buildings. They mostly seem like their lights are out. Some people have them on. You can hear the odd radio or TV because the streets are extremely quiet. As you walk past the orange building, you can see it's actually just like a cafe/bar.
okie dokie.
There seem to be you do see people here though. There's like 5 or 6 people sitting outside at little tables, sipping, the odd beer or coffee.
Anything in distinctiveness about the ages or just sort of cultural backgrounds of the individual, something that kind of gives you a correlation to kind of what's going on in the scene, or no?
Well, cultural background, I can give you an interesting thing. Again, we're dealing with 6 people here, but we can use this as a generalization for the entirety of the town. It seems like there's probably going to be a larger Black and Italian population.
Okie dokie.
Does the general goods store has ammunition?
Ammunition? Yeah, the general store would have that.
So at this time, I'll be reaching the edge of the town.
Yeah. I mean, just for simplicity's sake, we can say everyone meets up at the manor when everyone's ready to meet up there.
Is the cafe just one story, or is it also an inn and it has a second story, or?
Yeah, I'll say it's like an inn, yeah, so it's a 2-story.
Okay.
It's not boarded up, though, up top. Just the general stories.
Gotta make my list.
True.
By the way, at this time, I am smoking a cigarette. By the way.
Okay. So just having a little casual smoke.
Yep.
So as you make your way to the manor, you'll notice the gate is locked. However, each and every one of you has a key. It's put in the envelope. So you can all open that up.
Okay.
And
Does anyone feel that this is odd that we all have keys?
Well, are all the keys the same?
That's a good question.
And
No.
you beat me to it.
They are not.
All right.
All right. So which one of you has the front
whose keys
key?
are what? Like, yeah, whose keys are different? Are there any repeats?
None of them are repeats.
No.
That's strange.
Well, I'll try to put my key in the lock and see if that works.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me a perception check, everybody. So it was Norman, right?
Yeah.
So Norman, you're rolling a D100. There's a couple easy ways to do it. The easiest is you type in chat /roll 1D100 like this.
Well, the easiest way is to use the dice roller.
Well, to me, this is the easiest way, but that's the other option on the top left of your screen.
Fuck! I am
That's
blind.
nothing.
So
It
that's
looks like a
just
lot of you are
/ roll 1D100.
Yep.
Yep.
And then on your character sheet, I can bring that up real quick.
I have 60 for perception.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I already love you. That's my favorite kind of
I also
player.
made it, by the way.
Someone that can read their character sheet. Doesn't always happen, believe it or not.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
yeah.
I guess I was busy
I
checking
failed,
my
so-
pockets.
So,
Yay, Norman sees something.
how a D100 system works is if you roll your skill or under, you make it.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you have a.
Is there going to be a give or take?
Yeah, like
Like
I
one above, one
always
below?
give or take stuff, but
Is it 1 or 2, or what's the number?
oh no, like I give or take stuff depending on like when someone's like,
How-
oh, but come on, like you know what I mean.
Hmm.
We'll see though. Either way, so who saw it? It was Eric and I need to remember is Michael, right?
Yeah.
Right. Eric and Michael actually notice a gust of wind sort of happens as you're opening the front gate here, and your key does fit and open it. And this gust of wind, like the leaves swirl oddly, almost in like a serpentine pattern, heading up towards the door, and then they dissipate. And I can go ahead and bring you guys out of the town. Goodbye, Shreveport. Hello, the Nowakowski house. Let's go ahead and just reveal some areas here. Welcome to the first floor, gentlemen.
Hmm.
So you've just stepped in. You are greeted by a large manor. In front of you and above you, there is a
So
third
the front
floor.
door was unlocked.
It was unlocked by Norman's key, correct?
But I thought his key opened the front gate.
Oh, the front gate. Oh, you guys haven't opened the door. I'm just showing you. Like, I assumed you haven't. Sorry?
Okay, that's what I was asking, because you said, like, as we step in, like...
Oh, I meant
like,
step
into
into the gated area.
into the yard.
Yeah. So third floor has, right in the front, a balcony that you can see. There's a few steps heading up to the front door, and there's a path going around the side of the building. You can see a shed off to the far east end.
I yell, hello, is anyone in here?
We haven't opened the door yet.
Well, he just yells it at the yard, maybe.
The wind answers you.
Yeah, when it's you, fuck off.
Alright, then I guess I knock at the door then.
Okay. There is a loud, bang, bang, bang. Nothing happens.
I guess it's abandoned.
Well, I personally is the house lit up before I start making assumptions?
No.
Like, are there lights on? So it's all dark.
It's a trap.
It's all dark, yeah.
Does the house have power lines going into it?
Yes.
They're coming from the street, or they're coming from the shed?
They are coming. Oh. Ooh. They are, in fact, coming from the shed, yes.
Okay, well, then I want to go check the shed for the generator.
Excellent. Okay, you do. The shed, it's locked, but you'll notice the padlock on it. I should say, sorry, there's a padlock on it, but it's not locked. It's open.
It's okay. So yeah. The padlock is just like holding the clasp shut.
Yeah.
Like it's not actually clicked. Okie dokie.
So yes, inside there's a generator and there's like shovels and a pickaxe, and you'll notice an odd amount of gardening tools because there's a lack of foliage for the most part around the manor itself. There's a lot of grass, but there's no like proper like here's a hedge or here's a flower bush.
Can I go check see if the back door is unlocked?
Okay, the back door is unlocked actually. Are you going to step into it?
I informed the others. I'm like, hey, An entranceway. So the back door is unlocked.
Can we see if I can start the generator?
Yeah,
Oh.
does generator have gas and stuff?
Sure.
Like,
I will just pause, sorry, and say the circle is a well. Sort of light gray circle. Wasn't going to mention it until someone went to the back of the house. But yeah, go ahead and give me sorry, Barb?
yeah,
I was
no,
actually
just-
going to
Okay.
ask.
Give me a heavy machinery there.
Oh, great. We're going to have to
I can
deal
do
with
it.
the grudge.
I got
now.
an 80. Yay!
Perfect. So you do manage to get the generator starting, and you make the assumption, just looking at the amount of fuel, the kind of generator, you've sort of seen it before. You probably have about, I'd say, 12 hours worth of like power running a building this size.
yeah, so until about dawn.
That's it. I mean, if you were to like not turn all the lights on, obviously you would have more power, but you know what I mean. It's just give or take. If you have everything running, probably about 12
So-
hours.
So there's no battery bank. It's just a generator.
It's just a generator.
Okie dokie.
If you got more like gasoline, though, you could probably run it for longer, obviously. But
Can I
Can
check
I,
out the well? Oh, sorry.
Can I do a heavy machinery check on the generator, see how it's running?
okay, what in particular are you looking for?
Oh, just to see if there was like a reason why it was turned off, or
Oh,
know,
okay.
any
Yep, fair.
sort of-
Yep. Go ahead and do that.
that's D100 again.
Yep.
Thanks to
then-
Hundo.
And then my skill's 50.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, I can roll it just in case.
Yep. No, absolutely. So what you can tell is, sorry.
Interrupting real quick. Link, you don't actually have to type it out every time. If you hit your up arrow while you have the chat box clicked, then it brings you to whatever the last thing you put into chat was. So you can
Okay,
just
that's cool.
you can just
It's
hit up
like
and enter, and you'll do your last roll
like
again.
a console.
Yeah.
Man, all right.
All right. So it looks like at some point, maybe a little bit of water, maybe something like that, got in the tank, but it just sort of sputtered, and it just needed to be restarted.
Okay.
Can I check the well?
Yep. The well goes down quite a ways. I'd probably say about 30, 50 feet, somewhere in that range. It's hard to tell because there's water in it, but the water isn't until fairly low.
Is the well covered in like ivy or
Is it maintained or not?
It is not super maintained, no.
Any signs
Is
of
there-
a bucket or recovery system on it?
I was just about to ask that.
Well, there is a pulley, but the bucket itself is missing.
Oh, I am slightly saddened.
Is there a bucket in the well, or a bucket in the base of the well that
In
we
the
can
water.
see, or in the shed?
Would you like there to be?
No, just asking.
No, there isn't
Because you
currently.
said it's missing, but
Yeah.
odd. Wonder where the hell it went. Oh, you know what? It might have been brought in the house. Like maybe we'll find it in the kitchen.
Alright, so I'm just waiting at the back door.
Well, you can wait at the back door. Now that we have the power running, I'm going to go see if my key will open the front door.
Okay, I was gonna say it was a little bit odd for the house guest to enter in the back, but it doesn't really matter.
Agreed.
Well, I want to power
Yeah.
first, so I don't go fucking tripping over my feet.
That's fair enough.
Agreed. I go to the front door.
All right. So borrowed, your key does work.
Okay.
Okay, so you open the front door, and I assume you flick on a light switch, which is right beside it,
Hmm.
and boom, you're sort of greeted with this grand entryway. You have stairs heading up to the second floor. You have, an amount of coat racks, and notably, you see a pair of shoes.
Well, are the shoes?
Are they fancy shoes that fit living in a mansion, or just
Yeah, they look like the kind of shoes that someone who is fancy or had money would probably
Are
wear.
they house shoes or out and about shoes?
They are out and about shoes.
Are they dirty, muddy, scuffed?
Scuffed? Yes. We'll say they're a little bit dirty, but it looks like it's like really old dirt.
So rather dried and cracked.
Right, yeah.
Hmm.
I enter through the back door.
All right. Well, you're.
I am a criminal after
That's
all.
true. Well, you enter into a room here that's got several beds in it, as well as a laundry machine. Well, not like a machine, but like a laundry basin. Sorry.
hmm
Well, I think they had laundry machines. They didn't have dryers for damn sure. They might have had laundry machines way back when. I don't remember
I'll
when those
still
first
say
really
it's
came out.
probably a basin, just to make it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
I
think
mean,
they
like
did. I just
Tom and
forgot to
Jerry's from
check.
like the 50s, and they had washing machines, but that's also the 50s,
Yeah.
though. Okay.
I continue onwards to the next door.
Okay. The next door you open is just a sort of a long corridor. It's got like all the laundry detergents and like baskets and stuff like that. So
I go right through them, just letting my mind wander as I continue walking to door 3. Yeah,
excellent.
room 3.
I make my way from the shed to the front door.
All right. So what are the people in the front room doing?
Well, I'm looking inside the shoes.
Inside the shoes.
Yes.
Okay. And what
Maybe
are you
there's
looking
gold
for?
here.
Maybe there's a key in there.
Yeah, I'm look.
If
I
everything
come
is
to-
locked for some freaking reason.
What's the condition of the
Coming
room
through
itself?
It looks dusty. It looks as if someone has, not necessarily. What's the way of putting it? Like if someone has neglected it, but it's still been lived in. You know what I mean? So it's not like super
there's
cobwebs
dust on the
everywhere,
top
but
of furniture.
yeah,
but
there's dust on the tops of things, but it still looks like it's being lived in. Yeah. Anyone wants to roll a perception check? Maybe an intelligence check, one of the two.
Absolutely.
You could probably guesstimate how long it's been neglected.
I can do perception. I have a 60.
Well,
Oh.
there's the intelligence check we are all looking
Oh God,
for.
no.
All right.
no.
Well, Eric's
Yeah, well,
actually
like I said, I'm preoccupied with these fucking shoes, so apparently I didn't see anything.
Well, Eric's actually
Funny,
able
I'm
to
just-
determine, just from seeing houses. Everyone's seen a house. It's probably been a couple months actually since someone has sat down and properly cleaned the room.
Someone hasn't been in here with a duster in months.
Well,
That was said in character, by the way.
Yeah, no, that was great.
The silence answer that was kind of like, oh, yes, he's being
Well.
repetitive.
No, I loved it. I loved it. It was good. I'm actually going to take 30 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Just getting a little bit more water. Feel free to
I'll do
talk
the
amongst
same.
yourselves. Okay.
I'm gonna go turn my oven on.
So I'm all alone in room 3.
Well,
Still
you're
not
in room
knowing.
3. I'm in room 1. I want to know what the fuck is going on with these shoes. Like, why is there not a coat to accompany these shoes?
I mean, at Korak?
Well, he said there's many a coat rack in here, but he didn't say any of them were occupied. But he did say there's a pair of, out and about street shoes here. Why would you have shoes but not a coat to go with them?
Unless it's just like taking your shoes off first and then just walk inside and put your coat in your room.
I mean, maybe we'll find that out shortly. It's just a little bit odd.
Also, Texkin also made a good point. Is all the lights on, or is it just certain rooms are on?
Well, none of them are on to my knowledge. Like, unless you turned on the power to room 5, that room's dark too. I flicked on the switch to room 1 as I walked in.
No, I thought my person was gonna be like just turn the light on, see the room, turn it off, go to the next room.
Okay, so I do want to clarify though with Origami's. You mentioned something earlier. So Origami, you weren't given an invitation so much to like from a dead man, as you were given an invitation from a living man to his funeral, and that was the curious part. That's why you were so intrigued with showing up. It's a minor thing, but it may matter. It may not, because again,
I thought
I do write things to be little freeform, lots of options here, few resolutions, so that may or may not be a major point, but all depends how you guys want to take it.
well, I took it as got a letter from my uncle, who my family kept the hush hush,
Yeah,
and I want to see what's the deal with my uncle.
absolutely. Okay,
Okay, so Raffle, before people get back,
yes.
is there anything with the shoes, or is it just me?
What are you looking for in the shoes? Like a
Well,
key?
A key or any reasoning for them to be here, because you said all the coat racks are unoccupied, but there is a pair of shoes. So it strikes me as odd. I want to see why the shoes are here. So, like,
Yeah.
like pick them up, look at them, see if they have like anything in them.
Give me a perception check.
Oh fuck. Nope, because I think I have.
Oh, really? I'm surprised you don't have higher perception.
No, 40.
No, Sarah's got. Oh, persuade. You're right.
I was gonna say I could roll if
Was that Herbie?
Sarah told me.
Oh, it's Herbie talking.
Oh shit. Yeah, absolutely, Herb. I actually got to turn you up. You're quiet for once in your life. All right, try talking now, Herb.
What?
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Herbie's character does manage to look in the shoes, and you find a very small key.
It's over for a finger.
It was almost like underneath the sole, or not the sole. The sole's the inside part, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you find a small key under that. Kind of like
Yep.
if you ever seen like the kind of keys that open like children's diaries, you know what I mean? Like those little
Or like handcuff keys, just little tiny nothings.
An actual tiny key, not like just a smaller size normal key.
Mhm.
Okay.
Lobster question.
Yes.
When I was entering to all the rooms, were the lights already on, or did I have to turn them on?
Ah, okay. Well, actually, the only lights that came on in the house when you turned it on was room number 3, which you're currently in, which is the dining room. There's a massive, extravagant table in here, as well as, the odd posters along the wall. Well, paintings, sorry. And one of the rooms upstairs.
So room 3 is a dining room?
Yes.
Okay.
Massive,
Fits with the
extravagant
floor
dining
plan.
room. Sorry?
Well, the size of it certainly fits with the floor plan for an older home having a dining room or a main guest room.
I'll reveal the second floor to you guys as well. Doesn't really matter. I'm not hiding anything. So you can't tell where, but you do see light coming from the windows upstairs. So you do know one of those is on.
Okie dokie. Well, seeing as how Origami's gonna be a fucking jack in the box and pop out of the door to our right, I guess I'm going to proceed through the door to our left.
Yeah, since I don't know that, I'm actually going to open the door and look through and see what's going on in room 4.
So you're entering into 3 from 1, or where is it?
I followed Borrowed's character.
Oh, I see. So you're going in the 4. Okay. So what's going to happen here is Zelphus,
going to look into the door.
As you're walking around, you hear sort of a loud creak, and at that point you hear a voice boom out of nowhere. Welcome to the great Zaranowski's house. Enjoy your stay.
This is some Disney level haunted.
Can I say who
Actually,
the
hold
fuck
it.
said that?
Hold
Or
it.
Find out how.
Look at the walls. Are there any sort of internal? I don't know what they're called, but in old homes they have them.
Intercoms.
Metal tubes connecting. No, they're not actual electrical intercoms. They're just metal pipes that are very conducive to sound.
So they act like intercoms, essentially just old-fashioned style, though.
That's a fair analog. Yeah.
Like a stretched gramophone, if you will.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, I
wondering
don't
if
recall what
maybe
that's called, but yes.
if I saw
I do know
anything
what you're
like
talking
that along the walls. No.
Well, I'm gonna say, yeah, you could probably find something like that along the walls if you're looking hard enough.
Well, if I was... All right, settle in. Do a perception check. Thank you, DM. Appreciate it.
That doesn't matter. I mean, like, if you look, there you go.
Oh, he found it.
What did I find in
Damn.
this room, DM?
You do. And Eric, looking at these, goes, "Well, hang on. So your character, I'm assuming, is thinking that the voice came from these, right?"
Either that, or it's something that is an old record tripped to something like a wire. That as you enter the room, it drops it as it's spinning, and then suddenly, welcome.
Well, let me ask you this then. So, Eric, again,
Welcome to the circus,
circus of values. You're
No.
I'm glad the Bioshockers here got that one. Good job.
Oh my god. I
well,
missed that.
Eric is a wiser character. Perhaps he's a scientist, a social scientist mostly. But so I'm gonna say, like,
fucking prank, bro.
you have decent intelligence, correct?
Decent, yeah.
Yeah, actually, you got really good intelligence. It's almost like the highest it could be. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and not even make you roll for this. Eric is able to determine upon seeing those pipes, well, something must have triggered it. You know? Unless, of course, someone
Origami.
is watching you. And you did hear a creak, so if wouldn't take you too long to figure out that there was a pressure plate, perhaps, or some such.
Interesting.
Somebody stepped
quick
on.
question: do I hear the voice, or is it also in my room?
Well, if you've entered in the main room, which is room 1,
No,
I
I'm
think he's
still
still in
like
room 3.
Room 3.
if you're in room 3, you would have heard a little reverberation, but you wouldn't have really heard anything, no?
Alright, I go to investigate because noise in a quiet house.
Okay.
Right. By the way, apparently those things are called speaking tubes or voice pipes.
Oh, cool. So you're actually
Wow, that was simple.
you're heading in this
Yep.
way here, Origami. So you burst through, because everyone's heading into 4, walking through 1.
Wait, we're going
Oh,
in
no,
4?
I
Oh, I
was-
was going to go into 2.
Oh, I see. Zelphus thought you were going in the 4.
Oh.
Oh,
No,
going
I actually
to
thought he
two
was heading
also.
into 1 from 3. Oh,
no,
anyway, sorry.
Origami's in 3. We're all in 1 because that's the main room. I was going
You
in
guys should have got pictures so we could easily see where everyone
Here,
is.
I'll grab one really quickly. I apologize for that.
No, it's fine. It does
Alright.
make it easier, though.
Alright, so I was heading to 3 because I thought I heard voices coming from that area.
Yeah, so
But,
you enter
like,
in, and
as
you
soon-
actually, I'm going to say you startle the party coming through the door. Because they
You
weren't
have
expecting...
several guns drawn on you.
Well, they weren't expecting you to burst in from the door over there. They weren't expecting anyone. Absolutely.
I still say I went into 4, though. I would have gone into it anyway. That room looks suspicious to me.
Alright, so I enter to 1. Like, have you heard that voice?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But Origami doesn't know it was a voice, so.
Who did that?
Well, he kind of, he can figure that out, I guess.
Yeah,
He
but
heard something.
Zelphus, you're in, like,
He heard,
yeah, I
something, though. He didn't. No, he doesn't know if it's a voice or not.
All right, so we could say, did you guys hear that sound?
Yeah.
Or like just kick open or what the hell was that?
Yeah, fair enough.
Ruff, I have my picture for you. It's in the D&D stuff.
Oh man, aside from a voice, I can't really tell you what the hell it was.
Nice
Looks
save.
pointedly at Eric.
Well, I do know that it was triggered as soon as I walked through the doorway, and this little area here, directly beneath the... quick question, GM, actually, let's step aside.
Oh, God.
Floorboards or stonework, or what kind of floor am I looking at?
Floorboards, yes.
Man, this
Beneath
house
the
is falling
floorboards,
apart.
what actually caused this to start speaking through this system? Now, I haven't quite figured out where it goes yet, but a safe assumption would be somewhere in one of the upper floors or another part of the mansion.
Yeah, very fair.
Really, Norman?
Definitely.
God damn it, Link.
Oh, I can't pick my person. I
Alright.
can't move my character.
Oh, can you not? Oh,
Nope.
that's weird, actually. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Oh, okay.
I had the ruler.
All right. Well, now that we have a couple people, that's awesome. Where are we headed, boys?
Well,
That's what I'm
Zelphus
trying
is
to figure
at.
out.
Just give me
Zelphus
1
is
second,
at
dropping it
floor
in just a
4.
moment.
Sorry, this like moving through the house. It makes it so much easier if we can just like see where everyone is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
How do you move your character?
You click on the little mouse pointer in the top left, and then you
Like a
drag
drag.
them. Oh,
Yep.
actually, I might need to give you control of that character. Yeah, because you weren't in the game at the start. Sorry.
Yeah, I spent all of 5 seconds on Google. Enjoy black and white.
No, it looks nice.
That's what I did. I wanted a black and white picture.
We also have Saran Wrap Man.
Yeah. All right, perfect. So now we can see where everybody is. Excellent. So,
Okay.
Eric's heading in room
No,
4.
or
Is
Herbie.
anyone following him in there, or where are you guys going?
I'm going to room 2.
I guess I'm finding Selphus then.
All right. So
I
room,
guess I'll go with borrowed.
room 4 is the kitchen. Okay, and as you enter room 4, you maybe you're in there for a minute and you're looking around. The cupboard doors very quickly open and shut, making loud slamming noises, possibly scaring the shit out of you, I'd imagine. So I'm just gonna go and say you both take a point of stress damage. Nothing major. Stress is not as damaging as sanity, but you do take a point of stress just because. Oh God.
Huh. I would call this Haunted Mansion, but that didn't actually open until 1969, so...
Mark, you did that?
Oh, it's Eric actually.
Yeah, Eric.
Oh, Eric.
Yeah.
Eric, did you do that?
No, it was not me. And if it wasn't you,
Indeed. So room number 2, the one that the 3 of you have entered, you
Room
come
numero
into
dos.
just a really lavish study. There is a large globe in the middle of the room, as there are many comfortable chairs, and you'll know there's no couches, just a lot of comfortable chairs, and there's a bunch of bookshelves.
So it's a reading room then.
Yeah, well, a study, but yeah.
Well, I
Whatever you
mean,
wanna
if
call it.
there's not a writing desk,
I
that's
guess
not
you're
much of a
technically
study.
correct. Yeah.
Can you put my character in?
Oh,
No.
sure. Dude,
No.
Does your character have a friggin' picture?
Let's
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
smoke.
and it's the fucking high-tech one. Gas mask and gun.
I mean, they had
Die.
gas masks in World War One.
Not like that.
Well,
They're like leather, but
What? He does? I don't see a picture on Mark.
Look at D&D stuff or RPG spam and stuff.
yeah, it's all good.
I'm talking about in the actual thing, not... I wasn't looking
Oh,
at
yeah.
Discord. Discord doesn't exist.
Okay. And Rudy, I think you're being a little
If you're
too
gonna be
harsh
salty,
on
how
it.
about this one?
No, it's fine, Herpy. I think it's okay. Rudy's being a little salty. He's got no problem with Jim Carrey with saran wrap on his
I
face.
do. I just haven't said anything with it yet.
Well, it's fine. You know what I mean? We just need some placeholders so we know where everybody is.
Reason why I'm trying to bite my tongue.
Okay, so we're good. So we're in the reading room. Lots of stuff here. No lights on, but you turn it on, of course, when you come in. Is there anything we are looking for in the reading room? The leading loom. That is
The
wrong.
leading room. English.
Open
Don't
all
worry,
the
you'll get
books.
it.
Try to find a key.
Open all of the books. There's
Search
You
probably
never know.
there's probably about 400 books. You
the rest of
could.
the session is just them reading books.
You could. That would take. It would
Wow.
take a period of time to take all the books down and open them.
I mean, I'm just looking in here, like... I don't know.
Skimming through the
I'm,
books.
I'm satisfied that there's not a person in here for the spooky voice, so that's good enough for me.
Yeah. Is there perhaps something you are skimming or looking for or anything like that?
I mean, obviously this is heavily implying shit, but not particularly. My person's not the brightest bunch of people. Like, she can read, but books aren't exactly her fancy.
Okay. No, I'm not implying anything. It's just if someone was looking like, oh, does the great Zaranowski have any books on generators? I don't know, maybe.
I was gonna say, can I do
I'll
a perception
do
roll
a-
to see anything's out of
You know-
place?
Does he have an
There's been
autobiography?
Oh, cool. Yes, he does. Yeah.
Would
And
that
yes,
be under the, or would that be under Zaranowski?
that's a good point.
Who
Let's say,
says it's in alphabetical order?
yeah, it's Zaranowski. It'd be.
Can I do a perception roll to see if there's anything been touched or moved recently?
Yeah. Is there anything lacking dust in here?
No, all of this seems to be fairly dusty as well.
Hmm.
I do want to clarify. I'm not saying there's any important books or that the generator's super important. I'm just giving you ideas. I'm just trying to see if there's a reason to still be in the room.
I was gonna head upstairs, see what's.
Well, what I was trying to do is see if there's another key or
Okay.
maybe a lock of some sort. That's what I was looking for.
Can I
I'll
check
start-
the walls for any abnormalities?
Yeah, start humping the walls and moving bookcases.
Okay, you can go. No, the walls.
Oh God!
Thud ugh.
Well,
Any crawl spaces?
okay, that's interesting. Go ahead and
Well,
give
Well,
me a
that's checking the
perception
floor
check.
then, Herpy. That's checking the floor, you little shit. Nope. Man, maybe I need some glasses. I don't have those in my pocket.
Do I need to roll too, or
Well, if your character would also think to look for crawl
Sure.
spaces.
I pass? Woo!
Okay, so no, there's nothing in this room.
Nada.
Can I progressively go through all the rooms and keep making
Good
rolls?
for me. I'm like,
Yeah, no. If your character, I mean, Mark obviously would be interested in that as a soldier. But go ahead. Yeah, I can say your character goes through the rooms and checks. We'll just say the
I
first
What's
floor.
the square by the staircase?
That's just like a little closet for hanging coats and
Do you want
stuff.
me to make do you want to make rolls for all 8 of the rooms?
If you roll it for 3 of the rooms. Okay. So I'll give you that.
To be fair, that's one above my perception. I think you can give me that one.
Yeah. I'll give you that. I forgot your perception was 80. That's so good. So you do actually. In between room 3 and room 5, it feels like there is a hollow wall.
Is that room 6?
No, hang on. I'll show you real quick. So you think there is a hollow wall sort of in here, and this as well is a hollow wall.
Anyone have a bomb?
I don't need a
This
block
escalated rather
out.
quickly. Dear gentlemen
Go
who
on.
I respect and or know and or am very close to, please come to my house and blow it up because I'm going to be dying.
And I need
Sure.
a cover to get away from all of this.
I really need the insurance money to pay for something.
I need the insurance money in the afterlife.
Did they have insurance money back then?
Well, they have
Yeah.
racketeering, so I would imagine.
well, but they also had insurances on stuff like the factories. One of the big things, like for the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire, well, those were starting to go out of style. So if you just burned down your factory, you could file insurance claims and then start a new factory for whatever was in style. And that was in 1911.
That's pretty clever.
Damn, that's clever.
I rifled through my pockets and put something, a revolver, but I kept it out of sight, into my jacket pocket.
Okay. Would Eric like to make a roll to see if he catches Lillian fumbling
yeah.
a revolver around?
Oh jeez.
This is how people get shot.
Can I start knocking on the walls to see if there's like some panel I can hit to open up the door?
The wall knocks back. Takes
And that's how
stress
people get
damage.
shot.
Okay, so you don't see
Yes.
the revolver, no. Herbie, you can actually find a panel, not in the room 6, but in room 5, this little corner, there are 2, so these are,
Let me punch it.
they're probably about 2-inch boards, okay? So there's 2 2-inch boards, so you have about 4 inches that you can easily remove from the wall, and you can squeeze in between to walk between rooms 5 and 3. And
Anyone have
you'll
a
notice
flashlight?
from there. Sorry?
Or, anyone have a match?
Yeah, I'd say you'd probably have a match. A lot of people do.
Okay,
I have
strike
a
it. and, like,
flashlight.
we had flashlights back then?
Motherfucker, I looked it up. I have a flashlight. None of the rest of
Okay.
you do.
Can I ask Bar to pass me that? I can pry away the boards and look what's behind the wall.
Sure, you'd have to run back out to him. But yeah.
Okay. Do you
While
want me to
he's
roll
doing that, I want to look
athletics?
in room 7.
Okay, room
Agreed.
7 is just a simple closet. It's just got like brooms and stuff like that.
Do you want
Anything
me to
out
roll
of place?
athletics?
I'm sorry, what, Herbie?
Are you sprinting through the dining room to come back?
Oh, yeah. No, you don't have to roll your athletics. I know you want to show them off, but go for it. You can roll athletics.
Watch him fail and trip.
No, he makes it.
Okay. Rafa, question: what is room 6 like, other than a hallway? Like,
Yeah, but it's
what,
got
what
tons
should I
of
really label it as? Storage?
yeah. There's laundry storage for the most part.
Because I'm trying to just write down what the fuck everything is.
Because room 5 is the
Um,
laundry room and also the
I have to go
room where-
take care of some things.
Yep.
I'll be back in like 40 minutes.
Okay. So room
Yeah.
5 also has where the servants used to bunk here. It looks
I'll
like
also
that
like
has
say what I want to do in the Discord though, Raffle. Okay, so
Okay, sure.
yeah. Mm.
Oh, I need to check my oven.
In real life?
Can, yes.
Okay.
Lobster, can I do
Can
a
I,
search roll? Oh, go ahead, Link.
Oh, can I do a perception check of the top floor?
Sure, yeah. What are you looking for?
I'm just looking down the hallways, kind of getting a good layout of the place.
All right. Well, just sort of looking around and opening the odd door, which I assume you probably do, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can tell you what the rooms are in order, so Bar can write them down. If you'd like, Borrowed.
What's room 8 before we do that? Is that the pantry, I assume?
That's
for
that's
playing
the
the list.
freezer, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Our floor 1 list is complete then.
Okay. So starting from 9.
Okay.
9 is the atrium.
Okay.
All right. 10 is storage. And like you guys can go in these rooms afterwards and, actually look at them, but he's just sort of checking out briefly what things are.
Yeah, just open the door, be like, okay, there's nothing spooky in here. Click.
So 11 is the master bedroom, which is locked, but you can tell it's the master bedroom because it says that.
It probably also has like a fucking double door on it.
Yeah.
Fancy.
12 is the linen closet.
Okie dokie.
13 are the guest bedrooms. And that's where you guys will be bunking up tonight.
You
Okay.
say that like it's a given.
14, you have a sauna.
That's a kind of a rare thing to have around these parts. Okay.
It is, yeah.
Interesting.
And you'll notice there is a bucket in that room, for the record. And 15 is the bathroom. And it is a very big bathroom, but it's got...
It's a full huge bathroom.
Yeah, but there's several baths in there and, a toilet.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look around and see if there's any open doors or anything. So I'll roll.
Okay. So yeah, all the doors open except for room 11, which is the master bedroom.
What I miss?
All right.
We just found out that everything upstairs is. Don't worry about it. No.
Yeah, we explored the whole house without you. Sorry.
Found the lost Ark of the Covenant. You can go back now.
Yeah.
He found the MacGuffin.
He's just a skeleton. In oddly fancy clothing.
Yes. All right.
Lobster.
Go ahead, Origami. You just start talking.
Either or.
I was going to say that. Can you do a search check on the cabinets?
Okay, what are you looking for?
What causes the damn door to close all of a sudden?
Oh, okay, yeah, give me a
Open it.
perception.
He's looking for
that.
fishing string.
Okay.
Yep, basically. Ooh, and I got it.
Okay, you do actually notice there's sort of like an odd mechanism. It seems as if something, like a button was pushed, perhaps. Something triggered it. There's a small electrical current that goes through that triggers a set of rubber bands to just quickly... You do manage to find that, yeah.
So it's not ghosts.
Another thing you notice is there seems to be very little food here. The pantry seems to probably have about like the kind of food that a bachelor would have.
Interesting.
Not normally the kind of stuff
So
you'd stock for like a full mansion, like with servants.
So
and
it's a food. How many days? A week's worth of food?
yeah, probably like a week's worth. Yeah.
That will be just fine.
I want to check the freezer because you said there was jack diddle shit in the broom closet.
True. Yeah.
Aside from a broom.
All right. So. Yeah. You're opening the freezer. I'm gonna have. So here's how I decided to do
Let's
things.
see. That's that number. Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah, I was just checking what my sanity was. Go ahead. We all know exactly where this is going because you hesitate on me opening the door.
Okay. Yeah.
He does have a point.
Go ahead and give me a sanity roll.
Okay.
All right. Well, you open
That's
the
less
door.
than half of my sand, by the way.
Yeah, there's a. Oh, so you do make the sanity roll?
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I've got 80 sand.
Oh, okay, that's good. So, there's half of a cow hung up in there. Not exactly just straight like half the cow, but in chunks and pieces. And propped in the corner, sort of on the floor, looks like a disfigured human.
Hmm. Well, I've seen worse shit with the mob, so I'm gonna go see what's up with the corpse.
So I'm
See
just
if it's-
gonna just give me a. So you made your sand. So give me like a D20 there, borrowed. Okay, that's 13 points of stress, sir.
Well, I've got plenty of that too.
Exactly. Yeah, stress isn't too bad. It's not like something you lose sand from. So my distinction between the two, and this is why I wanted to have a stress mechanic in the first place, is yes, it is very stressful to see a body. No, it is not like sanity retching. You know what I mean? It's just it scares you, it shakes you. Really, stress like sanity is only going to hopefully be lost once you lose all your stress, so your mind can't take it anymore, or we encounter things that are otherworldly and therefore again shaking our beliefs as they were.
Question, Lobster. Do I smell the stench?
Oh yeah,
No.
was the freezer working? Like
the
the
freezer is working. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go like poke the corpse with a stick.
Oh, okay. So what? Well, you're
like, I mean, like I said, I've seen worse shit with the mob, so I'm just like, is this actually a corpse? Because there's other shit in this house. It's not real.
Yeah, no, this is actually a corpse. You're gonna notice though it's missing its organs. That's pretty much the only thing. It's just someone has excised its major organs, and aside from that, the face isn't really recognizable. Looks like it's quite old.
Interesting.
I'm gonna make my way to the arboreum.
Cool. The atrium.
Yeah.
Not trying to be a dick. Either way. So
well, an arboreum would be for arboriculture, so it's like trees.
It's
Okay.
It's similar though.
Yeah, but I mean, atrium is like just for
room
plants.
10, just saying.
So if you're going into room 10, Zelphus?
Yeah, after he checks out 9.
Okay, so you head into the atrium, and first up, you're gonna have two things. Number one, you have this huge stench hit you, just like the smell of compost. It looks like a lot of the plants here are either on their way out or they're thriving and perhaps being grown too much. They haven't been trimmed properly, stuff like that. The other thing is, again, like this smells strong, but if you look up, it seems like this room wasn't meant to be an atrium in the first place, and somebody has removed supports that were holding up parts of the third floor and put in glass over it. And you don't recognize the majority of the plants. Some of the plants you do. They just seem sort of be like regular, like local herbs, if you will. Some of them are quite viney, but you don't really recognize some of the larger amounts of flowers and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, and Zelphus, you open up. You're staring at a whole bunch of crates.
Oh.
They're the wooden slatted crates. They are filled with straw.
What a crate discovery!
They all seem to be empty.
I was
for the most
tempted,
part.
but I was going to make a Steam joke.
It is a pretty good joke, though. But yeah, they mostly seem to be empty, except for all this straw. There's like indentations, depressions, whatever you want to call them, in the straw. Gather there were heavy objects in them at some point.
All right, before I start pawing through those, is there any signs of paperwork or sense
Okay.
of
Yeah,
around the room, like a work desk or maybe a clipboard on a nail on the wall?
nothing like that. But if you give me a perception, you might be able to find maybe some sort of postage, hintage, something
I
like
was
that.
actually going to say if there was nothing around the room, I'd like to check to see if there's a shipping order.
I figured that was your
all
next
crates
comment.
like that.
Yeah.
Yep. So, where do these mystery containers hail from?
Africa.
Any specific part of Africa or just Africa in general?
Oh, well, that's a good point. Mostly from sort of Western Africa.
Interjection here. How much sand, or not sand, stress did Origami and Zelphus take earlier? Was it just one?
Yeah,
One.
one each. Yeah.
Okay, just keeping track of that as well.
All right. Now,
Lobster.
how many of these containers are there specifically in the room?
Well, actually, your character is the smart one, right?
I would certainly hope so.
Okay, so I can give you a little bit more actually to go on. Sorry, I was gonna be like, because I'm used to the average character skimping in the intelligence department in favor of other stats. So we can actually go ahead and narrow that down. You, instead of just looking like they're from Africa with symbolism and iconography and stuff like that, there is French language written on it. And it seems like the French would describe where exactly it's from. Does your character know French by chance?
Sadly,
Parlez-vous
no.
français?
Only English.
Okay, I don't think
I skimmed in the language department. However, what I can do is, if it's on something like an actual postage, or is it? How is it transcribed onto the crate?
It's like sort
paper?
of written on the
Written into the wood.
top, like on the stuff.
Like into the wood itself, or
Yeah. So your character's. Would you say your character is knowledgeable in the realm of geography?
I am.
Okay, then I would say it's not Africa, and your character wouldn't have thought that in the first place. Sorry, I made the assumption that you were a less educational character, and it's more so Caribbean in origin.
Caribbean. All right, let me etch that on my little paper here.
Which matches up with the French you found.
I informed Sarah that I'm going upstairs to see if it's possible that some person upstairs is pulling all these strings and making a whole bunch of things called spookiness.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
as to the,
No, sorry.
I was going to say the indentations that are in the boxes. Can you give me kind of just a rough idea of what they might have been? Because obviously, something the size of a
I don't know. You'd have to
vehicle
be
component versus a vase is something totally different.
You'd have to be like an archaeologist to know that.
Gee, I wonder.
It's very convenient that you were the person searching the crates. Yes, yes, they do seem to be some
I have it
sort of
being taken care of by top men.
yeah, they seem to be more so like statues, smaller in origin, like the size of a bust, stuff like that.
All right, I'll make a note of that here. Thank you.
Lobster, can I try my key at room 11?
Okay. Room 11. Oh, the master bedroom. Yeah, your key fits.
I turn it and open the door.
All right. Well, the master bedroom is a frickin' mess. It looks as if someone. Okay. We're staring at a huge bed, right? It looks like obviously this was meant for like the family that lived here, like for the husband and the wife. But two things. One, Zaranowski, any of you that know him well enough to know his personal life know that he is single. Two, there is a spot on the floor made up with a pillow and blanket next to the bed, but not on the bed, that it looks like that's been used and the bed has been untouched. Mostly the room seems quite dirty, actually.
I pull the covers off the
nasty.
I pull the covers off the bed, hoping that it is not a spike bed. You know, like the magicians have. You know, people
Oh,
lay on the bed.
yeah, like the bed of nails. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. No, it's not.
Hmm. I rearrange the bed, make it nice and neat.
Okay.
And I can do a spot hidden for like a secret compartment or something.
Okay. Well, you can find not secret compartment in the room per se, but there's a couple drawers, and you open those up, and you find a few vials. Most of them empty. One of them seems to have something in it of some unknown substance.
I pocket the vial and just keep it.
Okay.
Well, if they're done with the master,
They are labeled, but Origami's character doesn't
Oh.
have pharmacy, does he? Or life science or anything like that? Or
I
medical
have life
science?
science.
Medical science. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I have botany.
I have medical science,
Oh.
but I'm also downstairs.
Yeah. So, but I'm going to keep it so I can see if anyone knows.
Fair enough, yeah. Okay, and you were saying...
And I don't find. Oh.
No, you don't really find anything else in this room.
Okay.
You'll notice, actually, because you've been in the dining room, some of the paintings from the dining room match a painting in here. There's a man and a woman.
Oh.
They look older and sort of Eastern European.
It's his parents.
Do I see any resemblance of them in my parents?
Oh,
Because-
right, yeah. No, they don't look like your family, no.
Hmm.
That was pretty clever, though, because you guys are related. That's pretty clever.
Okay, so we done the master bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Did Herpy ever check out the hollow wall here next to room 6?
But he checked it out, but oh no, not the room 6 one. The
This
one in 5 did.
What was in room 5?
Room 5 is sort of like the servants' sleeping quarters as well as a laundry room.
Yeah, but did he ever check out the pink line though?
Yeah, he
Does-
removed 2 boards and he squeezed in between the wall, and there
Well,
you
he-
could.
He did that with the this one.
Yeah,
but
that's
did
what
he
we're
ever
talking about.
check this for room 5?
Oh no, like that. I was saying like that whole wall was like hollow, and you can squeeze through the whole thing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And then same thing for here then?
That was just a hollow wall, but he couldn't find any way through it.
Ah.
Yep.
So but if they're not going to do anything upstairs for the moment, I was going to see if I could find loose. Well, what is it like boarded? Is it plaster? Is it brick? What's going on with this wall?
I will say it's plaster, yeah.
Is there any
Can
seams? You know, be it under it, over
I mean,
it.
yeah, there would be seams because plaster tends to have that, yeah.
Yeah, like is there like a seam between like the plaster and the wall for like where a doorway used to be? Something that got plastered over.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm not going to necessarily pry bar open that shit quite yet.
But you'll keep it in mind for later.
Interesting.
Maybe mention that to the rest of the group.
Maybe mention that to the rest of the group before I go to the police station. Yes.
Fair, yeah. Oh, true
Because-
body. Yeah.
So can I go
Yeah.
to a third room and check the painting that was the same as the painting in the bedroom?
Yep. You also bump in the borrowed while doing that.
Boogie boogie boo.
In doing so, Sarah, do you have any knowledge of any medication or some sort of vials?
I do not have any medical training either.
It would depend on the application of it. I know of antiseptics and antibiotics. It would depend.
Oh, very interesting
Okay.
then. You would know.
Yeah, because like I have surgery and I have first aid, So not necessarily pharmacy, but if it was something used in those.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll for
So-
pharmacy.
For pharmacy, they're going to be fun. Hey!
Hey, perfect.
We done did it.
So you
So I
can-
show him the vial.
So it's
So I show him the vial.
sulfonamide. It's actually a treatment for penicillin. Or
A
fuck,
treat-
for
treatment.
pneumonia. Sorry, my
okay.
my brain was like it's similar to penicillin, but no, it's treatment for pneumonia.
Hmm. Interesting. I found this in the bedroom.
Could you
Are the
imagine
other
if
ones
you
labeled the
caught
same?
Penicillin? Yes, they are.
No. Mhm. No,
Yeah.
2 of them were already used.
True, but they had the same label.
Yeah, but you said they were both empty.
Two
Yes.
of them are empty, but they have the same label, so we can say they're all 4 the same medication.
Ah.
You are right, Origami. They were empty.
And I was about to check this painting that was also similar to the bedroom.
Well, don't hold up on account of me.
So what are you looking for? Like names on it, maybe?
No, like is there something behind it, something with a painting on the back of it?
Okay. Well, the painting's actually on this wall, and when you take it off, it does look like the painting is thin enough in an area that you could see through it if you were on the other side, like if you were inside the wall. But more importantly, you do actually, because there are several paintings with this couple on. A few of them show a child as well, and there is a few names written on the back of one of them. You have,
Ooh.
let's copy paste that. You have Ignacy Nowakowski, and you also have Aneta Nowakowski.
Would I know any of these last names?
No. Nowakowski rings a bell because the bus driver mentioned this as the Nowakowski house. Nowakowski Manor.
If I'm sorry, that's something or someone could be traveling in between walls. It's very odd.
Or they were just simply spying, because you'd have to move that whole picture out of the way, and if it was tacked to the wall, you can't really do that from the side that's holding the tacks.
Hmm.
Depends how tacky you get with that hammer.
That's true, actually. That's
How
pretty good.
tacky is the decor?
I put the painting back and have a few questions.
Okay.
Pondering a few questions. That's about it.
Well, those paintings make me think we should go check the residence we're supposed to be in for similar paintings. Because I ain't getting spied on.
Ah, clever.
So I'm going to. Yeah,
I
I'm going to.
followed-
Well, I mean,
I-
any of the room 13s doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, the guest rooms.
Start with this one. It's closest to the staircase. Fuck it. Yes.
Okay.
I follow Sarah.
As you enter, well, any of these rooms doesn't really matter.
Mhm.
There, there are not paintings that seem to have something in between. But tapping around and looking, it does feel like there is a hollow wall in between the bedrooms.
So just the entire plus, I guess you could call it, is all just hollow. None of
Yes.
it's load bearing.
Yeah.
I doubt these are for insulation.
Oh, come on, they probably are. Oh, houses get cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting cold, where the hell is this house's fireplace?
Yep.
That is the
Oh.
best answer, Yum.
Yep.
Open the
26.
question. Yep.
Also, what time is it after all this stupid stupid
11:30. I mean,
Yeah, we'll say it's like I don't know, like 10 o'clock or something.
Oh, jeez.
'Cause well, you guys got
Okay.
at like 7 is when he got off the boat, so I'd say probably about 10 o'clock. Like all the looking around,
Oh,
talking, visiting other
It's getting
places.
dark.
Well,
Ooh, it's probably
the responsible side of me says I should go to the police station then,
Okay.
because any longer and the night shift will only have just a couple people left on it.
Yeah, that's fair. So are you headed out then to the police station?
Yep.
As you leave the house, the second your foot like taps outside the front door, it starts to rain.
Okay. Well, is there a umbrella inside?
Yeah, we'll say there's probably an umbrella somewhere.
What happens if he stepped back inside?
Well, I mean, I had to go inside to get the umbrella. Did the rain stop?
No, it did not.
All right,
Damn.
that's just goofy.
I'm just saying, it could be.
That
A
was
sprinkler
excellent.
system set up on the outside of the fucking eaves on the house's roof.
That'd be some shit, yeah. There's just like a really old guy just shaking a bucket of water. Leave my house,
God.
eh?
Look, I just do what the old man paid me to do. He said as soon as they walk out, make it act like it's raining.
There's a hole in my
Poor
bucket.
So you continue
Alright,
on
well-
towards the police station?
Yep, I'm taking the umbrella and I'm walking my way, making my way downtown.
All right. So you get at the police station. There's only 2 guys currently working, and you know, one of them sort of tips his hat to you and said, "You know, howdy, stranger. Haven't seen you around before."
Nor should I have expected you to. I came here on behalf of the great Zaranowski. Right, not... No, the great Zaranowski's behalf to attend his funeral. It wasn't really specified on the paper. And on visiting his estate, where we were told there'd be lodging accommodations, we looked through a few of the rooms. There was no maids, no servants. I guess that's not really to be unexpected. But there was a corpse in the freezer, and I assume that's not normal around these parts, so I figured I should let you know to come exhume the corpse and identify it.
He looks at you with like a very serious expression. He's like, "You telling me there's a corpse over at the Zaranowski's place, eh?"
Yep, inside the freezer.
You can hear
Ooh.
brain cells dying.
Who hired you to come here again?
Wasn't hired, I was offered to come here by the late Zaranowski's estate to attend his funeral.
Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to empty your coat pockets. I mean, to be fair, you are wearing a trench coat.
Sir, I will need to inform you that you will need a warrant because I do not condone 2 searches of my person.
He just looks over and he's like,
Did you just forget what decade you're in, Borrowed?
like in the middle of a police station. I need a warrant.
Yes, because...
It's true, you would have to go to a court, technically.
But, also, because I work for the FBI, I have greater power than him for authority.
Are you gonna drop that ball right now?
If he's gonna try and pull a dick move on
he
me,
is. He's about to waggle his dong.
then yeah, I'm gonna show him that my dong is bigger.
Wow, you little lady dong.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly. My fucking lady boner outpowers you, dude.
You know, so the other guy in the room just starts laughing and heads off to the back.
He's just pissing himself.
Yeah.
Just you stupid son of a bitch.
He's like, "All right, ma'am, you gotta understand. Zaranowski may have been caught up in some mob activity. So someone showing up here after he got shot, saying, you know, they found a body at his house. You understand? I got some questions."
I have a follow-up question to that to rebuke your statement there. The paper here, picks a piece of paper, fucking smacks it,
Just
says
yeah.
that your department has denied all claims of him being shot. Is this to be held against your department's claims?
He double checks the guys not in that room, and he's like, "Well, some of the department aren't exactly on the same page, or payroll, perhaps."
Hmm. I can see where this is going. All right. So if the payrolls were to be dug up, shall we say, then perhaps we should see who actually knows about the Zaranowski incident. Then,
Well, if you're looking into that, I'd ask over at the bar. That's where he got shot. Otherwise, the general store's got a few answers, but I'd be careful asking around there.
Hmm.
Like, either way, I'm gonna head over and check out the body, bring her back, write up some statements. Do you mind giving yours right now?
if you have a moment, I can give you the paragraph I have. Yes.
Okay, so he does. He takes down whatever your statement is. Like, I
mean,
walked
like,
in, I saw
the statement. Yeah, the statement would be very vague. Like, I walked in, I checked the kitchen, the freezer
Mhm.
was unlocked, and inside there was a corpse resting in the corner.
Of
Like,
course,
that's all the statement was.
he does need to, of course, take down the the fact that you arrived, the letter, all that sort of information.
The party I arrived with,
Mhm.
but
Did
obviously
you-
I don't really know any of their names.
Did you want him to? He's going to give you the benefit of doubt again because you do have the slightly larger dong in this case. Yeah. Did you want him to? Did you want him to sort of negate writing down your status, or?
I would say that could be ignored for the time being, and
Yeah.
unless a wider investigation warrants it.
He sort
'Cause
of,
if it's just local, then you wouldn't get the FBI involved.
right. He just sort of, the other guy enters the room back, and we're gonna say this is Deputy Harker. Deputy Harker sort of
Was he in the back masturbating on the fucking
Yeah.
jail mattress?
Loomis, fold in the towels. No,
That
so
reference.
he sort of suggests, great, delicately, maybe that it would be better if some people didn't know your employ.
Status.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, by that
You
time
won't
the
get whacked.
badge is already back away after, and just like, no, my dick's bigger, and just like, put it away after that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he just sort of didn't mention that in the statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, then I would thank him for his time. Obviously, I don't need to tell him where the fuck the place is. He lives here,
Yeah.
so I would probably just follow him back. I guess hop in the squad car if he's gonna actually bother taking a car rather than walking a few hundred feet.
Yeah, he could give you a lift actually.
Neat.
If you'd like, sure. So he's going to give you a lift back to the manor, correct?
Mhm.
All right. So he does do, and he meets everyone else. He takes all their statements, standard police procedure.
I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, and he gets the body, and he asks if any of you, does anybody know who this guy is? Doesn't seem to be too identifiable.
I mean, I could give you the sarcastic answer of his name's Beef Jerky, but I haven't the slightest. I've been in town for all of 3 hours.
All right. And
I'm just wiping my mouth in disgust.
well, he's,
Yeah, Origami's just sitting in the corner going, huh.
Since I had nothing to do with the discovery of the body, I really just don't have anything to contribute.
Well, he drags the body out to the squad car and loads it in the back, right in the trunk. Actually, doesn't really give a shit. Throws the
Well,
body.
I mean, yeah, let's be honest. He probably just like put it in a tarp and just like good
Yeah,
enough.
exactly.
Fuck it,
Just
like,
right in the trunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
What is preserving of evidence? Like just get
exactly. I recommend none of you leave town for the next day or two till we get this all resolved. But it looks like the corpse has been here for a while, so just need a day or so, and we can confirm that you all came on the boat.
in there. All right. Well, I
Technically,
don't
we
have
all came
plans
on
to leave.
boats.
I don't have plans to leave. I don't know about rest of my companions.
He also makes mention real quick that there is an inn, a little hotel, should you want somewhere to stay, right above the bar. Aside from
Some of
that,
that's
he's sort
corpse
of-
free.
Yeah,
Well, fucking hopefully corpse free.
yeah, that's right. Well, he tips his hat again, says goodnight, and he saunters off in the car.
He saunters off in the car.
That's correct. Yeah, the car takes a leisurely stroll out.
It's an electric. What the hell?
Well, it means the old days. The cars didn't go too fast, actually.
Yeah, but they also did have electric cars, though.
Yeah, this is probably about 11 p.m. We're talking with the police. Yeah, so it's pretty. But I mean, by the time you get back to the manor, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I hate to be a party pooper because I know we're having a good time. The good news is I do have everything written up, and we're all, got all our stuff set up now, and everything's cool. So
Oh yeah, I never got either of the officers' names.
Officer Harker or Deputy Harker, sorry, and let's say Constable Troy.
Okay.
But yeah, I was gonna say though, sorry, migraine is being annoying, so probably gonna call it,
Dude, take a rest.
yeah, we're just gonna call it a little early. But the good news is we have all this stuff, and we can easily maybe tomorrow, the day after, whenever, just sort of continue our session. Because I don't think we'd be resolving it in the next sort of hour and a half anyway. It's hard to say. But it seems like the party maybe needs to reconvene anyway and sort of talk about things and figure out where we're going from here. So
Well, because people were in and out, and in, and Herbie's not even here at all.
Yeah, so we could just, where are we staying the night? Are we going to stay over at the hotel, or are we going to stay in the manor?
I'd probably go stay at the inn. Screw that.
Yeah, definitely the end.
Definitely the
All
inn.
right, I'm gonna bunk with Sarah.
Okay, so yeah, so everyone's gonna stay at the inn. That's fine, and I think that's where we'll call it then, with everyone retiring to bed.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then we can pick up next session, waking up and getting the next day started. Sorry about that though, but the good news is, yeah, we have everything going. Everything's started. We just need to,
Mm-hmm.
All right, take it easy, boys.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
Peace.
Dude.